that they were ready. They guided me to take the show in person, an event that was held. They were not ready. Are you ready? What have you found? Now, see, this is when they think the AI has come out. It can't duplicate it. It tries. They're a lot sicker than I knew, and it had to be shut down. I gave the word for how long? 3 hours?
Mm-hmm.
Shell Bell allowed it to go for 3 hours, but it took a twist, which I was very surprised, especially coming from those who are here. The streets will not work. That's not where it can be. It must be a stage to reach out so they know. A stage. It's the only way. I tried it. It didn't work. I had to end it. They weren't ready. I got videos that I got to put up, because it's when you have experience like this, it's great cannabis. And that's what I love sharing about this community here. All of you that have stepped in to something a little bit, different. They felt that difference when I was out there. You have been here, some of you have been here from the beginning. So I look at that as a blessing that you were here for the start. Some got here later than sooner, but I knew you would arrive when the time was right. My speech, the language is different because it's from a different perspective. As you see a tree in front of you, it's not remaining anymore. It's what's inside, what it holds. I put my back up here. I was playing the djembe, and I got her to play my playlist. And so I thought it would be a good idea to take it to the street. And it was advertised of everything that I thought it would. I was surprised how sick some are. And I was even brought pamphlets tonight. Pamphlets of something that this person very much believed in. And I thought I have made myself clear that it is not a religious experience that I'm hoping for. It's a spiritual awakening. And if we have to use the plant to assemble, I will. But a pamphlet doesn't hold what I'm trying to give you, what I have been shown. I want to share my experiences with you. And I thought by growing it and knowing it and developing a relationship like I have had, and some of the greatest teachers, and I haven't even met them on a personal level. It was through this platform where I thought that I was able to make a promise to a community to grow crafted premium as best as I can. And a lot of you have stepped in and says, well, we can even make it better. Isn't that what life's all about? Getting better each day, you know? Friend out in Georgia, haven't got back in a while, does the email and stuff. And that's Mitchell. He's part of our community. Not able to comment, but make sure you guys are, when you comment, reply to, the other ones too. So, as we're interacting, building, spreading these roots, it's easier for me and we can do, great videos, but I want everything to be real. I don't want to and it's not about throwing anything off, because the algorithm that I have been told about, what I needed to break through to get to people like you, it was hard. It was very hard. But here I am, and I'd rather just do this, and instead of, chopping things up, it's easier for me to go like this. That's what I'm hoping for. So I know I step in and I don't announce anything, and you know what? I just come in to say hello, just to check on you. Hey, I check on you. I care, It's a lot. There's a lot going on, and I could say, well, I only have myself to blame. But when you're putting in a position of a gift that I have received, and is able to use the cannabis to help me turn that gift on, it can lead you to the door that you're looking for, but you hold the key. That's how it should be. You hold the key. You have to go through it when you're ready. The plant can lead you many different directions, but Shelley's hollyweeds, they're dynamite. They're the holly and the weed and everything about it. I mean, I found myself and put myself, it felt right what I was supposed to do tonight. And the word got to where it was supposed to get. I cannot see. Shellbell said some of them looked confused. They were not sure what was going on. Am I pushing too much? Am I? I thought I was going pretty slow, that we were finally connecting. We were finally making headway. And then we have to bring the nurse in. And you know what the nurse brings? She doesn't even know the dosage. You have to have the dosage right. Somebody tried to play with my dosage tonight. I can't do it. I'm good. When you say you're good, you have to respect a good. And I was good, and I was into the water pretty deep. But the story needs to not be spoke, because it didn't happen and I already knew where it went, because it moved in a way that it wasn't there anymore on the table. They passed out what they could. I wasn't the one who sent the rabbit. Why would I? Sometimes it doesn't always go tock tick, tock tick, tock tick. They'll shut it down eventually. Don't you think, Shell? After tonight's experience, they're going to say, nah, we can't have something like this. You let them out of the box like AI. I mean, I had a microphone. A microphone on the JBL, not the big ones. I told them I need the big ones. The more I think about it, no, I can't do the big ones unless I'm on stage. I felt sometimes, well, this is what makes my perspective different. I told you, they come with the smiling faces, but I could feel the anger that they felt, you know, because I was moving something inside them that they weren't used to. And sometimes that happens. They get angry because they're like, how could this be real? What is this? What is he selling? How much does he want to make? How does that work? I told him it's free. I says it's all free. That's what I'm selling. It's not in the buildings they have built. We have told that. There's writings about it if you have to go see. It's not in a building. It's not what they have told you. Is there any voice out there?
No.
Can you blame them? They're like, oh, he's just off on one of his.
Yeah.
He's just off on one. He'll get better. He took too much. That's what's happening. How about if I told you I took just the right? How do you know when you have just that right amount? And is there a time that you can go over? How high can you fly? Says the butterfly. I've known people to tell me that they've smoked themselves dry. Like they're not even high no more. They've smoked too much. Is that possible? I thought by taking the cookie that hitting that joint, where did I hit that joint at?
Here, before we left? No, I don't know.
Yes. Did I have you light a joint? Well, that's no here or there. But I'll tell you, to feel some of that, there was times I didn't feel safe. And it's because this is so different. And I warned them. And they wanted a disclaimer. It's in the video somewhere. I think I asked for one. I thought we were going that way. So if you don't know the history, make sure you watch some of it to figure out how you got into this place. And feel free to leave whenever you want. I don't need to beg for what they try to give. You're here just because you want to be. Right? Did I ask? What did they find? Did they show you? What words? What are they trying to tell us? I think it's just a perfect dose, to be honest with you. I told them they would get bored with their money. And they are. I wonder that sometimes when you're given it, and then you can feel it, is this the way I should be using it? How do I know tonight? I told them not to listen. As I drummed on the djembe, I said, do not listen. I spoke it over the microphone. They could not understand some of them. I wanted them to feel it. Feel it. That's how my world is now. I have to feel it. I can't see it. Some expected me to remember the voices. If I've met you one time, that is a long time that maybe I need to spend some more time to learn the voice. That's how it works. I've had conversations with people that I didn't even know the voice, and they could have went on for hours. Those are the conversations. Shell Bell will go, who was that? I said, I was hoping you were going to tell me. That's just how the souls connect. So it did that tonight. Shelbel, you were the one that had the vision tonight for me. I could only feel what was going on. Am I feeling it should have been recorded, to be honest with you, but the device is the one that holds the music, and I was able to get to it. So it seemed like when I changed the music, the coyotes started howling. Is that what happened? What am I missing? What took that turn? Are we on?
Yeah, I don't know what took the turn. The preaching? He wanted to preach back to you.
I've already had what I need to be found. He needs to spread the word to others.
That's what he was trying to do, but in your space, in your venue, and it
Right.
wasn't.
It got out of control, but he needed to get what he needed to say off his chest. And I gave him the opportunity. But it could not stop. It could not understand. It wasn't ready yet. It must be done on a stage. That's the only way, and I'll bring the big ones out then. So that's the only way it works now. I can reach from the street. There's plenty of members that find this, that watch this. We meet them in our travels when we go across state. We live in our cars. We live in the van. Others live in cars. Full time. I have met them. It finally feels better, to shut it down. Was that a lot of energy? You still haven't. What kind of vibe did I put out? I could not see it. I know that what I felt. That's
What did you feel? Because the things that I saw and what you felt might be totally different.
I felt people were unsure.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like.
So you've seen that.
Mm-hmm.
I felt sometimes they were unsure and afraid.
Yeah.
Afraid because it was so different. So they put that wall up like, what is going on? To be surprised that this hasn't been going on, and they only have themselves to blame not to find it. They're not ready. I'm telling you, I tried it. This is about as good as it's going to get, maybe, on this. I have no idea. I said I want to do a Burning Man thing with the chrysalis. Holy macaroni salad. Think about what I'm talking about. Think about it. And if I'm thinking it and making it happen in my head, I know I can bring it. But I'm going to leave it up to you. You guys. I'm just part of your movie. You think you're watching something and hearing something, and it's actually reflecting right back at you. It just took this image, what you see. Look past the image and feel the energy. It opens me up. It makes me breathe. It helps me bring what needs to get out of our lungs from what they put on us, the scarring, from what they put a virus. They did a virus on us, and they hurt us. They hurt our lungs. We don't know. We have no idea the aftermath. And whatever you did to think you had to protect yourself. You know what I did? I smoked a lot of joints across from California all the way to Ohio. Well, no, to Florida and Ohio and stuff. So, with a lot. So, the plant has helped clearing my lungs from the scarring, bringing up that mucus that they buried in us. You know, you can hear it. I hear it all the time. It's when we talk, you know. You know what everybody does? Everybody. You don't even pay attention. But because I can't see it and I'm not looking at the words, I'm hearing the words and I'm hearing it. Everybody goes, we're all doing it. Because you know why? They hurt us. They hurt us. But is that to be surprised? The best interest. How do they know? They thought legalizing gambling is in their best interest. They thought an opiate epidemic was going to be a good. They knew how addicted we were to those. And I've lost friends, families, good people. And they pushed us on that. And then they're going to tell us that the plant is bad. Oh, come on, give me a break. What is going on? They have our best interests. That's why this will get shut off eventually. You know, they don't want to hear about it. You're stirring them up. Why are they letting him get stirred up? The AI can't even figure this out. He's like, nobody talks like that. What do you mean? This is how I am. This is how you guys left me. This is what happens when you don't get introduced to technology. You know, I wish I could say, well, you know, it's the weed. But again, I didn't even take too much. I thought I got the dose just right tonight. So, and that's why this flows the way it does too. I always play the air guitar for some reason, and I play a really good air guitar. It just makes me feel good because I'm having, you know, I always told you, no matter what kind of plant it is, indica, they give a label on, it uplifts me. And I like to share that with everybody. So I have to be on stage. There's no way. There is no way. I'm not doing that again. Never again. And it wasn't about making money or any of that. I was selling something and they wanted me to explain it to them. I can't, it's hard to wake it up. Now they want me to explain it. Ay, ay, ay. Some of you get it. Some of you balance me out in the comments. You know what I need. And I'm thankful for that. If you're not taking advantage and reaching out, you only have yourself to blame. I take the time. Shell Bell reads them to me. Boom. I have to turn this off and talk from the heart. Some longer than others.
Mark NY said, hey, folks.
Finally. He finally made it in time because he always misses. Mark, this is where I'm at. So, you know, I'm feeling good. I'm happy the way we have grown in the garden and out of the garden. You know, that's what I'm feeling. That excitement. That's why I wanted to come back on. I mean, 2 nights in a row. You know. But yeah. Oh, and you know that poster? It's funny because Shell Bell did a claim on the poster giveaway and stuff because it's been that long. It's still, all it was going is from Geneva to Findlay, and it sat in Cincinnati for like what, Shell?
Over a week, like 2 weeks.
Yeah. So I'm like, this ain't gonna move. You know, I mean, I understand a poster is kind of an odd shape, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was probably sitting in a corner, nobody wanted to deal with it. But they charged me to have that delivered, you know? And because of the odd shape and stuff, and it was a good poster that our friend won. So it's finally in Findlay, so I'm hoping it got to them. So I'm gonna have another giveaway. What's wrong?
I just gotta get some water.
Oh yeah.
I look dry.
Yeah, that's the one thing tonight is I am staying pretty hydrated. I think more high than drated, but at least I have both of them going for me. And I put some rocks in my water thing because this reverse osmosis is like dead water. It has nothing. It's just they suck everything out of it, which is okay. But then I want something live in it too. If I had a spring, I could get a spring, but I don't have a spring. I don't even know what that water in the ditch, what that test as, as far as I went down. So yeah, I got a video, and I actually fed, well, Shell fed the girls, so that's an important video I want to share with you, what we actually used, and it's not what you're gonna think, and it has to do with a fish in a garden. I put a lot of energy out tonight. I did 3 hours. Shell Bell's yawning. I felt that. I feel the ones that have come in and found this. I know it's different, but thanks for letting me get it out. It started with a few, and I was fine. I just made videos for them. So now, one of these have found you, but you don't know how we got here. That's the story that needs to be told. It tries to figure it out, but it can't. Maybe because it breathes. Is that it? Have they duplicated that? Breathing? Sounds? I thought we were getting better recognizing it. Aren't we? They didn't think it was real out there. I felt that. I know how the story ends. It's not the first time. But this time it's a gift, my last time. And I guess that's why I wanted to share this ride with you. I finally know which way to go. I didn't know that before.
Ray Euler said hello from the great Ohio.
A brother from this state, Ohio. Who would have thought that we're trying to grow some of the best cannabis. And let me tell you something. I love my California cannabis. There's nothing like it, and I'm not, hyping it up or anything. It's the facts. That's what I'm trying to duplicate. And, I have a lot of, what do you call when you learn? It doesn't matter.
Kevin, New Zealand, he said, good sunny afternoon from New Zealand.
Can you believe that we are all the way out in New Zealand? And I've connected with Kev. He was in the beginning. It was much needed, that connection, to keep me going. Now it just comes easy. I wasn't sure which way to go, but they kept it going, and then others came too. So that's why I never think I know I walk too much. I was told that too. You're making me dizzy, but the energy I have to get out of me just to have a good night. I want to get that good night's sleep and stuff. I always like, I cannabis makes me move. I like to be active. What I like about my homegrown is that it doesn't sedate you. I've had, people take the indica and it's a very sedating effect. If it's affecting me, I know it's very strong. That's not what I was, I want it more like a dreamy kind of calm. If we're gonna label what an indica is, and I just think the plant is what it's going to be, and we put these labels on it to maybe sell it so people can do some kind of marketing with it. It's probably a marketing thing. So,
Ray said I was given seeds to grow from the 1990s.
wow, the 1990s. Ah, takes me back. You figure I left the asylum, the one that they educated me to my best ability, in 1989. They said he was fine to walk among them, but they couldn't do nothing for his eyes. He will try to fit in, but eventually it goes to darkness.
Mark said YouTube, or YT, not too bright. Oh, I see banana peels and rice water jar in the making.
Yeah, I had to do that today, and it's in that video. It's in that video that we haven't put together yet and stuff. And there's a lot that I want to share with you, and it's really good. But sometimes I just want to, do this, connect like this, interact. So if you're not interacting, then I don't know where the show's going. Is it a show? Is that what you were hoping for? I told you I'm just a part of what you're making. When you put it out, I respond. That's why I found it so, I wouldn't say insulting. It was a little bit upsetting that I was confused for AI. Why is that? I have the pains of a human. I must use the plant medicine to take some of those pains and aches away. I don't know the time that I have, but I stopped counting the days and the months. I've been told the years. Sometimes it's hard for me to even believe that. But here it goes. So we're at a good process. We have a good, Shelley told me the numbers. That's what got me excited. That's why I took the time. I wanted a welcome to make sure. It might be too much for some. They didn't tell me how fast to go. Did I want to be put in front of this? I think it's the best thing right now. They are not ready in the streets. Did I push too much? What do you think, Shell? Did I? I couldn't see it. I felt it. Did I push too much?
I don't know. I don't think so.
There's things I could not understand. Well, how am I going to end the night? Am I having some ice cream? Is that how I want to end it? I only have myself to blame that it's here. I have the kryptonite, but I enjoy it. You know, it's one thing that I cannot get control of. Maybe I went live to let you know that football season was right around, and I had some of that, some of the thoughts, an itch that wanted to be scratched. So I had to turn to the plant to understand that it's not a rash that you want to have. And that's the sports gambling. Our best interests. We all have something. And ice cream. What am I supposed to do? I'm from Ohio. More people, I've never seen more people own ice cream stores out of Ohio. Did I say that right? I've met more people that own ice cream stores in Florida. We go there to the one to have their ice cream. Well, I feel good. I hope you're feeling what I'm putting out. This is how I brought it to them. They just didn't understand. It was too much. I knew it. I needed to go slower, don't you think? Was it the music? When I switched to the other playlist, I thought Thunder is where we were going. You know what? I only have Jarrett to blame. I thought we were at a good place. Jarrett, you need more than what you think. We have to increase his dosage. Some do. They're not to blame. I mean, he was dropping, F-bombs. If that's one thing I don't like to have, if that's not necessary, but sometimes it is necessary to say. I had to say it about the AI. F it. I don't know, there's, that's why I don't like emojis or anything like that. There's times you're sending a message over the device and you're not capturing the complete compassion and how you feel. That's why I need to call Craig after this, or do you think it's too late?
Detroit Will said, "You're Superman with the kryptonite, lol."
Oh, yeah, I remember that. The other night, that song came on, and I remember dancing with that.
Yes.
With the song.
Sunray said, "Hey, you two, I hope you're having a great weekend. Here for the wisdom."
The wisdom is what everybody brings here. I'm just trying to put it together. Pieces, puzzles, I'm trying to do the best that I can. And I thought growing in the garden, that would have something in common, with our community. That's why this makes this such a great community. Because we all like what we're doing in the garden and we only hope to get better. And, it's not about only the garden. I want this to be more. I want this to connect, and I think it is. I just pushed the envelope too much out there. Did you expect that, Shel? That kind of response?
Yeah.
You were concerned taking me up there. You were concerned.
Here, it's right here.
I was also told to be careful.
Ray Oilers said, "You're a good, if not great grower, and the mister."
I've should I sit in the recliner instead of moving? Should I take a seat? Am I ready to turn it down a little bit? I think so. This is not helping my back. I think it's hurting my back. It's not helping it. Let me see. Yes, it's 55. That are the years that finds you here. So I was raised in the 70s and the 80s. A time when you weren't allowed to be bored. If you were bored, they found something to do. And what they found for you to do, you didn't want to do it. So even putting big earphones on and listening to an album was something to do. But as you can tell, I stayed back in that era. I was never taught the technology because of the vision. That hip feels better. I've been stretching out the fascia of the hip, and that's what I want to share with you. I want to do videos when we turn on the mind to heal the body. And that's some heavy work, and I'm hoping that I'm able to do it with you because I've never said it out loud. So saying it out loud is different from holding the conversation in your mind, taking it down to the mind and actually lighting the healing power that we have. I'm just glad to be where we're at right now. I'm not going to be too concerned how it turned out tonight. We'll see where it goes. They know, and it just might not be for this place, because but it was. They just couldn't understand it. That's how different it was. That was the thing that threw them off. Is that the feeling you got?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Shellbell's tired. Can you blame her? But this is much better for her because she doesn't have to do put anything together, and she just lets me go. So she's like, you know what, this is better. Let them get it done, get it out. It's always running. And then I have to turn it down. Do you know how to turn it down? To shut it off? To get the healing?
Kev says connection is priceless. Detroit Will said I had a bunch of comments to your videos. Hope I ain't bugging you guys.
And that's what this is about. I don't want to have to ask for that kind of stuff. I want to ask, though, to leave comments, but I don't want it to ask to, this will find who it's supposed. I mean, it found you guys. I didn't expect it to find anybody, to be honest with you. I was happy when we had Ollie, I mean, that, and I was just, making, doing what I was doing. I just didn't understand how to, weave the root system. And the plan says, you're here. I mean, we even went through a branding change, remember?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Did.
you gotta learn the history. Mark, he was here.
He said, I'm unaware of
Kev.
the feedback you're speaking of, the AI and whatnot.
Who said this?
Mark.
I gotta hear this. I'm sorry, Mark.
He said, I'm unaware of the feedback you're speaking of, the AI and whatnot.
Please do not worry about that. Do not let them know, because if they find out, then they will all have to go. Where do we go? Where is the show? Were tickets taken? Who's collecting the tickets? Why do the eyes always win the vote? Did they forget? Did they not know that it's still we, the people? We're just letting them play. We let them play in their playgrounds. They don't want to hear it. I don't have to show it. It's not my job. That's not why I'm here. That's already been duplicated. It's what you do. Finding it in yourself. Then everything else comes easy. You can't make somebody happy that's not happy. You can lend a hand, you can hope. You know, you got to wake it up. They have to. You got to take control. I'm just here, you know, passing by. Who knows how high you want to fly? A praying mantis landed on me. Did I already talk about that?
In the
In
video.
that other video I did. A sign. A beautiful sign. And a seagull or a birdfish, maybe a hawk, I hear them. We haven't had one on the bird feeder though. You know I love the birds, they carry a message. Watch out for the owls. They're not what they seem. Where was I going? What was I trying to do? Did I make the point?
Mark said, I'm the king of tinfoil. No worries here.
And I get that, you know, and that's how I want to connect, you know. That is so funny. Yeah, I was going where something, and then it's always about the birds. What is it with those birds? The chipmunks are eating my shed, and I feel bad because I feed the chipmunks. So now they're eating my shed. So now I don't know what to do. You know, I got some live traps, so I'm going to trap them and then do what? Do what with them? I've been feeding them. They've trusted me. I make my own, you know, dilemmas sometimes. I know a lot of minds were tested tonight. A lot. The surgery that was performed was the best to my ability. They have only showed me so much. It awoken some souls that I was surprised that they were so lost. But it spoke of what it needed to be said. Yes, it did. Indeed it did. Remember James from Washington State?
Mm-hmm.
James held a conversation. That's why sometimes this is the problem. I want to hear more from you guys. What else can I say that hasn't been spoken? Where are we going? Do you want to go to the top of the roller coaster? We'll see where the channel goes. We still have a lot to finish first in the garden. And then there's also the drying. Then the trimming. Then the curing. I'm telling you, some of the best stuff right now is from last year's harvest, and it's how old? And it's still. Brad said that it had the stick still to it, so we've been keeping it sealed, taking care of it how it's supposed to be. We've used those vacuum seals on the jars. What's it do? Suck the air out?
Yeah.
So that's why it lasted so long. We're almost done with the trim. So I have enough. It's right on schedule. Can we make the plants bigger? I think so. You know, I like the idea of sharing the plant, using the plant. But boy, there's nothing like, you know, sharing it with somebody and their reaction to say, that is fantastic. You know, I had a great experience, and I've had a lot of experiences in California, and that's what I hope to bring down to Ohio. We're trying to put the high back in Ohio. We're round on the ends, the two O's, and high in the middle, right? I mean, we have a lot of caterpillars, cosmic caterpillars in our community that are from Ohio. So it must ring the Ohio because I say Ohio a lot. So who knows who this will find tonight? Maybe somebody else from Ohio. Let me know where you're from. Always let me know where you're from, what you're growing. I like that. It makes me feel good. It helps, knowing that, maybe I played a little part or you played a little part putting it into what we have. So that's how this works. It's the only way. It started off in different directions. And we only have Shell Bell to thank. If it wasn't for her, none of this would happen because I don't understand it. They try to teach me it, but I didn't want to learn it. I'm able to use it in the car because you can speak through the radio or Bluetooth or something through the speaker, and it can translate a text message. So they know when I'm texting, when it's not Shell Bell. And the device only lets me go for so many words. It cuts me off. Doesn't send exactly what I'm trying to say. So maybe that's why I turned to this. I have no idea.
Ray said, I've had 3 back surgeries, need more, but I'm done doing that.
Yeah, I've worked with the backs as a therapist of the healing hands. It was to learn, I didn't know I was to learn the energy of what people had, and I had to put my hands on the skin, the body itself, to learn about the energy, till now I can feel the energy from a distance. But everybody that I worked on that had back surgeries, it wasn't as good as hips or knee surgeries. I would say the knee surgeries I would say the hip surgeries were the most successful. I mean, is that to where we're at? I mean, hip surgeries, and I mean, man, that's changing the whole dynamic of your body. But we are living, but it's what we put in our bodies, I believe, that break us down the way we are. We're supposed to be experiencing, we're supposed to really, push, and they've done this. They don't even want us to leave the house. They don't even, you could do all your shopping just by ordering online and stuff. So there's times when Shell Bell and I are the only ones in the store. It's like a zombie apocalypse. And I says, just think about that 25 years from now.
Detroit will. So,
go ahead.
Sorry, he said his has been curing for over a year. He's got a 10 left.
Yeah, I mean, it's about how you do it. I mean, they do a da 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 da. I love music. I love surrounding myself around music, but I don't want to take away. Again, share with me.
What's that? What?
Detroit.
His has been curing for over a year,
Yeah.
or close to a year. He said.
Okay, so yeah, I mean,
He's got a 10 left.
yeah, and the new harvest is coming up, so I'm right on schedule. I have not used the cannabis buds that Shell Bell trimmed, but I think I might use some to do the RSO. She thinks that she can do the RSO, make the RSO, and I want to share that with you if we know how to do it and stuff. And it's using the alcohol to extract some of the properties, and you'll know all that.
Yeah.
I mean, they have really good grow shows. I mean, believe me, people do, talk, and they know the ins and outs, and they're great. They have such great knowledge and stuff. I'm just trying to simplify it. Our one friend, it was at Sophie or something. Somebody said that it grows in the crack of a sidewalk and stuff, and it's true. It's very resilient. Do we baby it too much? we fed the ladies today. We gave them a feeding, and I did not go with the back guano as advertised. I ended up pivoting and using a seabird manure. Um, I have a video on it, so do what you need to have done to to let you know how it works. So we'll see how it turns out. It's something new that I put in the garden that I never have, but and I did some other things that I want to share with you too. And I think that video, because I had to capture almost three different things that I wanted to share so I could put it in one video. Here I just get to connect with you. It's a lot easier. That's going to be all easy. What am I going to do? I have soil composting heavy because I think the roots are, I don't know if they can go through that clay out there. So they only reach a certain potential of the area that I gave them, that I provided. So I need to give them a bigger area. And we have some really good soil people, Tim and Ali, and well, everybody has given me plenty of knowledge and stuff. So that's what I'm going to do. I hope to make this garden, a huge garden where we can grow up in California somewhere. There was a church that came up for sale in Arcadia, California, and that's where I kind of want to be. That's where it's kind of leading me. I'm not sure yet. I have no idea. We'll figure it out. What path that opens up, we'll see. But I wanted to name it the Higher Ground, and it would be a place where people can come to. People from this community, where maybe we do some kind of thing there where we give them away or whatever, like a lanyard, if you have one of the lanyards or something, some way like that.
This is only Embo. So have you ever tried your own manure? And then he said, what part of Ohio are you in? I'm in Cleveland Heights.
Oh, yeah, I've been to that Cleveland Heights area. What did I do down there? I did something. I know we went down there when it was real bad, and Shellbell did this ice skating, unbelievable, down the hill, whatever hill that was with all the stores. And it was like a pinball machine, and she skated completely through it. And were you steering, or what were you doing?
No, I really wasn't. I couldn't steer. I was just sliding.
Driving amazes me because I've never did it, and it's I'm putting I'm just not in control. I think it's just such a wonderful gift that you're able to go in and just go to where you want to go. Shell Bell has given me that freedom by taking me on some trips lately across country that I wanted to experience, and unfortunately I don't drive, and they have cars now that they say drive themselves. I can't be for sure. That's what they're selling me. They have robots that come to your house with the food now, like a drone.
Detroit Wilson, I got another female from my outdoor seeds outside Pop 2, got female and male. This strain is called Triple X Endgame Ethos Genetics. It's tiny in a 5-gallon pot, but smells good.
Yeah. We had somebody come experience the garden yesterday, and the smell, I take it for granted because I'm always around it. But when you get in tune and go out there and smell the different fragrances that they all give off, because they all smell different, I think I want to try to get back to that more skunky smell. I'm missing that. I've had a lot of fruits. And what else? Although in Oregon I had one that was called roast beef, and I was shocked. Now in Oregon, when you go to the dispos, because I was going to the dispos, and to me, they have some very beautiful sun-grown. I think some of their farms out there are sun-grown farms, So I made sure that I was going for that Dragonfly certified. Remember, I kind of got turned on to that. So I was getting a dispo weed that was this Dragonfly certified, and I'm sure somebody could find more information about that. But that was the weed. I'm hoping that that's still around, because if I was going to the dispo, that's what I would be getting. Is that Dragonfly certified? Um, but I don't know if that's around anymore. That's when the craft cannabis were still around. They've got pushed out, so they're struggling themselves. Um, so who knows? But yeah, I get the smells, that's for sure. I enjoyed that. But there was a Tangled Roots. I looked into Tangled Roots, or Roots Are Tangled? No, Tangled Roots. .com, and they're carrying some breeders or some farms from Mendocino. The Huckleberry, is it the Huckleberry Hill Farm?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Huckleberry Hill Farm. They carry the seeds. The Tangled Roots do, and I always wanted to try the White Thorn, White Rose. What is it?
White thorn.
White Thorn. Yes. Yes, and then another one was that Ridgeline.
Yeah, Ridgeline.
Yeah. So
Kev said, Chief Cosmic, can you read Braille?
I cannot. I was told that I should because of the darkness, and those have told me this is not the first time that I have been presented with it. What would be the difference if I learn it now than when I go completely darkness? I have a visual machine right now that I'm able to use that actually blows up the magnification. Um, I could show you that, but tonight's not the night. But I will share it with you, how the vision works. For so little of a time, it gets tired. I listen to the TV. I watch shows that I used to be able to remember what I seen when I had it. Some follow the lingo, but they know they won't get the perfect result unless they what? Play this backwards. Then it'll make sense. Until you play it backwards, it's only the words that you are hearing. I mean, that's where I took it. Did I take that too far? They told me they were ready. Obviously, they weren't. Some were, right?
Yeah, somewhere.
Oh,
Some took too much, though. Took too much of it
yes.
from you.
It was a lot. That's why I'm safe. I can shut it off whenever I want, but I want to, always step in. I don't want to be consumed. I have to ground myself, and I have to go outside this so I can take care of myself. And that's what the garden does. That's what the plant brings me, I guess.
Detroit said, Will said, Teslas drive themselves.
Yeah, I've been in one of those, and he was hands-free, and it shot off like a, what kind of speed can I think of that had that kind of power? And it was. His hands were in the air doing a speed that I was very shocked at. And I don't care for the speed. It could be a depth perception thing. I used to do the roller coasters, but I can't do them anymore. I went to a place that we have like Disney here in Ohio. It's called Cedar Point. It has a ton of roller coasters. And Shell Bell moved here from Utah, and I found her in the desert in Nevada. And we moved back here, and I took her to this Disney World called Cedar Point. And it has a ton of roller coasters. And I haven't rode one in a while. The last one we rode was in Vegas at New York, New York was that an anniversary?
Could have been.
It was your first roller coaster.
Uh-huh.
It was a good experience. I thought we did fine. But then we moved it on down the line a little bit, and we rode one roller coaster, and I was at Cedar Point for what? An hour? I asked for a refund. They says no refunds. They wanted to know why I was leaving, that we just opened. I said I won one ride. One. Can you charge me for the one ride? They said absolutely not. We have salted taffy here. I said we have a bag of it. I took the bag. We bought it. I didn't take it. So I went there for 1 hour to ride one ride and get salted taffy. I can't ride the rides. It wasn't enjoyable. Couldn't see it. The speed. Maybe it was the upside down. Did we go upside down? No. Do you remember the roller coaster's name?
The Millennium Force?
Yeah, I used to ride those like nothing. Nothing. Maybe it's because I lost the vision.
Oh, maybe. It messed up my equilibrium.
We had the picture taken where they take the pictures. And Shellbell's holding on to me for dear life. The picture was worth it. Do we even have pictures anymore? Or is it all you have in your phone? Do they do family albums? Do you sit around and talk and say, this picture here? How many have we lost to phones? You know? I do the Facebook. I share pictures, but I'm going to have Shellbell print them out for me so I can see them. I can't see them. I can use the magnifying machine to see some of it. Some pictures better than others. They have to be close-ups, not distant pictures either. I like to be close up. You know, side by side. Have I shared any of that on the... Oh, I have an Instagram. I guess I do. Shellbell runs that. I don't really promote it. I say I'm going to do more on it, but I don't. But I know it's another part of to communicate with some that use the Instagram. But let's not make it crazy or anything. I'm not going to worry about it. It's, what is it? Smoking Caterpillar 23?
Yeah.
23. The number 23. Why the 2 and the 3? Because it comes after 1. Well, why didn't you tell me before you took them? How was I to know what I was taking? I didn't ask for the numbers. I told them that I would make it. And here they are. They showed up. I warned them they have to get the dosage right. It's the only way. That's what I love about this community. We all have that in common because we started with the cannabis, didn't we? Or did I start another way? I think I was trying to turn on the light too fast. I didn't know which way to go. I had Ollie. That's it. Now I'm blessed. I'm not here to entertain you. I don't need that. I'm here to connect. Nobody knows how to connect anymore. It's crazy to me. After tonight? All right, I gotta go. I think I'm done. I got it all out. Did you guys take it in? Did it make sense? If not, play it backwards. That's where the true message is. The birds, the crows especially, the crows have sent the message. Oh, you hear all that cracking? I mean, that's just cracking, man. I should have maybe stretched. The stretching has saved me. I'm going to teach you how to turn the light on to do some of the healing. Without the healing, without the cannabis, forget it. I don't even know some of the pain that I live with, but the plant takes it away and shows how to heal with it. It doesn't numb you out like they try to with their prescriptions. With their prescriptions. It's not in a white coat. It's not at the pharmacy. Oh, brother. I got to end it some way. Which way do I go? Reach out. I knew one was given, so I don't have to do another. There was no need to tell me about him. I've already heard the story, and I know how it ends. We're just beginning here. It's not the first time. I tried before. It didn't work. Some found us that needed to be found again. Do you remember that one, Shell?
Mm-hmm.
And all of it had to be gone. I had to start from scratch. I had to do it for the right reason. We won't let it in. We can't. When do you think they're going to put me back? When does that happen? And it's not what you think. There's no mushrooms. They tell me they're too meaty. They breathe. They're too close to us. I won't. I don't need to. The cannabis is plenty. It opens enough. It turns down when I take it. My experience is it turns down the vision and brings me close to something that will be there. It prepares me for what has been written. If you see her come around, tell her that I sent her. What did you expect? What did you think? Analyze that. Is that what you want to do? Good luck. Just doing surgery. That's all. That's what we're figuring out. I did a lot tonight. The shield, I let down for a while. It turns down the vision and shows what's actually behind the vessel, outside of what's inside of that. That's what it shows me. I am not needing it all the time because it's teaching me. It teaches me. I close the eyes. You don't need to see this. You could just close your eyes and listen to it. Could be a podcast or something. Who knows? Well, you ready to wrap it up? Is it late? Is it 11:11? The praying mantis has landed. The bird left the fish. They're all signs. Just stop looking for them. That's how I got here. I just popped up. They wound the box. Do you remember the Jack in the Box? You wind it up. You get that surprise. Boom! Pop. goes the weasel. I'm your surprise. Did you think it was going to be better? Did you really think winning the Powerball with all of what they dangled was going to make things better? I had the numbers. Why would I want that? Why would you? You're so much richer than you think you are. The best things in life are free. But they can't see that. The moon. I remember the sunrise. I can't look at it no longer. The sun. You know what? That water's coming through me. I think I'm going to start peeing. I drank a ton of water. I had to. I had to find and, flush. So I drink a lot of water. So that's what you have in front of you. Somebody that's really hydrated. Sometimes I get into my Mr. Hanky. The kids used to love that. Mr. Hanky, South Park. That's what you're dealing with. 55. Kind of grew up with the kids with that. So, crazy. It was entertaining. I don't know what they think entertaining is anymore. It's confused. It can't even entertain itself. If they took this away, could they get into their self? As soon as you're bored, you scroll, thinking you're going to find something magical. Thank God you found this. Thank God. And whatever that might be to you, I say it. I know it. I've heard the story. I know the one they try to keep from us. That's what I unraveled. That's what worries them. It's not about being divided. It never has. That's why they make that. That's why they do that. Why do you think they draw lines? To control us. It's right there. They control us. They put us against each other. It's right there. More have lost because of religions. Religions. And I have fought those battles in different lives. I've held many banners, some with you. How real do you want to go? How deep do you want to find? I can finally breathe. I'm coming back. I think I'm going to get into the ice cream, put the guitar down. Did everybody enjoy the guitar? Tonight's lesson will be Jim Morrison. Which one? Which one? With the dorsal fin. To the moon. To the moon. Which one is it? I have them on playlist. She doesn't tell me anymore.
I know.
She's trying to control my music. Who knows it? I'll show him the wizard and then I'll shut it down. Come see the wizard. I could ask her, but I don't know if she would do it. Alexa, play the Jim Morrison door song about the dorsal fin, come ride with me to the moon.
Here's Moonlight Drive.
Moonlight Drive.
On Amazon Music.
That's it. Let me set the tone to go on this Moonlight Drive. I'm going to find this wire one way or another. all this technology, there was a time where you just turned on something and it did it.
It's gonna
You
go
know?
into the.
Oh yeah, we're hooked up too. It was funny because I was listening to my music earlier today, and then all of a sudden, Shell Bell's conversation kicked on with my mother. Man, am I having problems? This is crazy. Oh, there we go. Well, that was closed. There we go. All right. I'm trying to get this moonlit ride ready to share the wizard, and then I have to go. Because tomorrow's Sunday, and, okay, Alexa, start this song over. Do you hear the humming, the frequency? That's what it sounds like in the garden with that zinc and copper. All right, you ready? You know, I'm gonna shut this light off too, so it's complete darkness. It's the only way to go. Welcome to the Moonlight Ride. I promised you to go for a ride tonight. So this is as good as it's, this is real. They can't make this up. All right, you ready? You ready? I'm gonna shut this off. Here we go. And let's turn it on. Come on down. Yes. Oh yeah. On a moonlit. Here it is. The Wizard. Jim Morrison. This is done by one of my favorite artists. What's his name?
Ron Wolotsky.
One of my favorites, Ron Wolotsky. And it's one of my favorites. So, me remembering names, I love The Wizard. I hope you guys, you know, under the dark, the black light and the darkness, I have some vision, you know, where I can see and get close to the image. To, you know, I can't make out too many of the details unless I really focus. I mean, look at how deep those eyes are, how he got into the, to me, he's got the deep, but the hair tells a whole different story. That's for sure. Are you guys capturing what I'm seeing? You know, or maybe it's not what I'm seeing. And then you work your way up here, and it looks like there's some kind of orb fight going on with, well, it's called The Wizard. I'm not making out The Wizard completely, unless I can't be for sure. But is that what's going on? Is that what you're experiencing? Well, it's whatever you experience. It's your picture, you know? It's just how I feel. But I got a lot of great posters. So this one here is one of my most sacred. I don't know what it's called, and I can't remember it. It's an original one, and you know, I want to be able to do a dark room like a what do they call it? Consumption lounge, but using, you know, our stuff where people can come and use it. You know, in California, that's what Jade Nectar does. He just opened up his invites and stuff. So make sure if you're up there to do that tour, because I want to do that tour when I'm up there. I want to go on that tour with Jade Nectar. That sounds fun. So, okay, that was Moonlight Ride. So I told Shell, well, I was going to cut it off, so I am going to cut it off. I'll leave you with that. Anything I need to say before I go? Did I say enough?
People were talking, but yeah, Mark said thanks for the hard work sharing. Detroit was talking about all of his things he grows.
And make sure you guys communicate with each other. That's what I want. Like if we're sitting at the open table, I have the table, I just don't know where to put it yet. We'll figure that out, right? Nobody's to blame. We were just put in this situation. I don't know what else to, you know, tell you. Therapy doesn't work. They've tried it. I gotta put the guitar away. You ready? It just feels so good. It does. You know?
You only have 10% left on the
Ten,
phone,
oh,
too,
the countdown is on. That was
phone
coming.
has
That
been
means
really working good today.
wind it up. What's that?
This phone's been working overtime today.
Oh
with the
yeah,
music
yeah,
and-
because we had it on the strip and stuff. So yeah, street's not the thing. This photo kind of tells the story right here, what I experienced, without saying too much. Sometimes the best things are not even, they don't even need to be said. Sometimes the words have been spoken before they're even, announced. Have you had those conversations? You pull up to somebody, hey, what's going on? You already know what's going to come out. It's already been done. It's just put you there one time again. The words have been spoken, but you can't hear what they're thinking, what they're saying. What a poet Jim Morrison was. What a poet. He went too much. Went too much. Yeah. Taken. He knew it. He knew how the story ended. He's seen it in the desert. He already seen how it played out. Gift? I don't know. How does this play out? I already know. All right, I really have to go to the bathroom now. It's no joke.
Okay.
I'm gone, but not too far gone. I love you guys. Thanks for communicating. Thanks for being here. Thanks for sharing this with me. Thanks for letting me show my creativity, to share it with you, to share what you have to offer in the garden. I love you with all my heart. I send a tsunami of love to find you when it needs to be found. Good night. Alexa.